So do you also wish to reply to your customer feedbacks instantly and automatically? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we are going to understand how to auto reply to customer feedback using AI agents. So I am an owner of a retail chain store and I use Google Forms to get the customer feedbacks. So now here my objective is that whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically using the feedback received through customer, I want to generate a response for the same using OpenAI. And after generating the response, I want to share that response with my customer on their Gmail account. So now here to automate the entire process, I need to connect my Google Forms with OpenAI and my Gmail account using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So to see the working of this automation and to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to automatically reply to customer feedbacks using AI agents. So this will help you save time, improve customer satisfaction and build stronger relationships with your shoppers. Okay, so as a retail chain store owner, I use Google Forms to collect customer feedback about their shopping experience. So while gathering this information is helpful, replying to each customer manually can be time consuming. So by using AI agent, I can automatically send personalized email replies based on their feedback. This allows me to thank happy customer for their support or address concerns raised by others. It helps me build stronger customer relationships, improve satisfaction and maintain a positive reputation across all my store's locations without spending hours on manual replies. Okay, so here I've already built an automation where I've connected my Google form with OpenAI and Gmail. So that when I'm going to receive a form submission, that means whenever I'm going to receive a feedback through this form, then automatically using the feedback received, OpenAI is going to generate a response for that feedback received, and after that automatically it is going to send that response as a reply to the customer on his or her mail account like this. Okay, so now firstly here in this video we are going to see the working of this automation by simply making a form submission to understand the entire process more clearly. Okay, so here you can see I've already pre-filled some details over here where you can see the name, email, store location visited, how satisfied you were with the product, rating of experience and what did you like about your visit, would you like to be contacted for further feedback, what can we improve and would you recommend our store. So here I've already filled the details and now I'm going to click on the submit. And here you can see it says your response has been recorded. That means we have successfully made a form submission over here. So now let's go and check our Google Sheets first. So here let me tell you that I've connected my Google Forms with this Google Sheet because I wanted to store all the responses at one place, that is Google Sheets. Okay, so here you can see the data that we have successfully received such as name, email, store location visited, how satisfied you were with the product, rating experience, what do you like about your visit, would you like to be contacted for further feedback, what can we improve and would you recommend our store. Okay, so here you can see I've successfully received a detail over here. So now let's go and check this user's email account to see whether the response of the feedback has been received or not. And here you can see the mail that our customer has received with the subject as thank you for your valuable feedback. And here you can see the sender's name, that is ABC Company, and the entire body which says, dear dummy user, we appreciate you taking the time to provide your feedback regarding a recent experience with our product. Your input is extremely valuable to us. And similarly, it has generated the entire feedback response for our customer. Okay, so with this, we have successfully seen the working of this automation. Now here in this video, we are going to learn step by step that how you can set up this automation by simply connecting your Google Forms with your OpenAI account and Gmail account using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software and it connects all your favorite apps and makes them work together seamlessly. You can set it up to do things automatically like updating customer info across platforms or sending notifications when something important happens. It's really easy to use and save you tons of time that you can spend on more important stuff. Okay, so here on my screen you can see Pabbly Connect's homepage and you can visit it by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect/ina/ in your browsers. And here you can see two options that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get free 100 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. Now after signing in, here you can see all Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. Now this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, and here to build my connection I need to create a workflow first. So for that I'm going to click on this create workflow button given on the top right corner. Now here in this create workflow dialog box I have to give a name to my workflow. So then I'm going to give the name as auto reply to customer feedback using AI agents. And now here after giving a name to my workflow it is asking me to select the folder. So in the left side corner of this dashboard you can see a folder section under which you can see the multiple folders that I've created with different names to save my workflows accordingly. So in this particular case I'm going to select my folder as automations. You can select the folder as per your need. Also you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now here to learn how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect, you have to click on this learn more hyperlink given over here. And by clicking on that, it will take you to a forum window where you can see all the instructions to how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now moving back to my Pabbly's dashboard, and here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this create button given over here. Now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow, and here on my screen you can see the two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this, that means action is a response towards a trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's make that automation by simply setting up a trigger. So I'm going to select my trigger application as Google Forms as I'm receiving new customer feedbacks through Google Forms. So Google Forms is a free tool that lets you create online surveys and forms quickly and easily. So in my Google Forms trigger step, I'm going to select my trigger event as new response received. So that whenever I'm going to receive new response through Google Forms, that means whenever I'm going to receive new feedback through Google Forms, then automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response, or you can say automatically this entire workflow is going to get triggered. Okay, so now after selecting my trigger event, you can see I've received a webhook URL. That means here I'm going to use this webhook URL to connect my Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. So following the instructions given below, firstly I'm going to copy this webhook URL, and here I've already logged in my Google Forms account. So here you can see the Google form that I've created for the service feedback of a retail chain store, and here you can see the fields that I've taken such as name, email, store location visited, how satisfied were you with the product, rating of experience, what did you like about your visit, would you like to be contacted for further feedback, what can we improve, and would you recommend our store. Okay, so these are the fields, and now here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to connect this Google Forms to a Google Sheet in order to capture all the Google Forms responses at one place, that is Google Sheets. And for that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on this responses, and from here I'm going to click on this link to Sheets. So by clicking on this particular option, I'm going to connect my Google Forms with Google Sheets in order to capture the responses at single place. Okay, so I'm going to create a new spreadsheet for that. And here you can see we have successfully created a spreadsheet over here. That means we have successfully connected our Google Forms with our Google Sheets. So now let's check the connection. So here I'm going to make a form submission first. And now here I'm going to enter some dummy data and do a test submission. So here for the name, I'm going to enter the name as test user, email as test@pabblytudes.com. Here for the store location, I'm going to select a random location. How satisfied were you with the product? 5. Here for the rating of experience, 4. What did you like about your visit? It would be product varieties. And then it says, would you like to be contacted for further feedback? Yes. What can we improve? Let's enter product quantity only. And then would you recommend our store? Yes. And then submit. And here you can see it says your response has been recorded. So now let's go and check our Google Sheets. And here you can see we have successfully received a response over here where we have received the timestamp, name, email, store location, product rating, rating of experience, what did you like about your visit, would you like to be contacted for further feedback, what can we improve, and would you recommend our store. Okay, so with this we have successfully seen the connection, and now what we are going to do is that we are going to connect this Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect in order to capture all the responses in Pabbly Connect. So for that what we are going to do is that we are going to click on this extensions, and from here you have to select add-ons, and here under add-ons you have to select get add-ons. Now here in this Google Workspace Marketplace you have to search for an add-on, that is Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And then you have to install this add-on in your Google Sheets in order to connect your Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so here you can see it is already installed in my Google Sheets account. So moving back, and after installing the add-on, you have to follow the same steps. Okay, so once you have installed the add-on, you have to refresh your sheet, and that's a necessary step. Okay, so after refreshing the sheet, you have to click on this extensions, and then you'll be able to receive an option of Pabbly Connect Webhooks over here. And from here, you have to select initial setup. Now here under initial setup, it is asking me to enter the webhook URL and the trigger column. So here for the webhook URL, I'm going to enter the webhook URL that I've received in my Pabbly's workflow. So this is the webhook URL, and then here it is asking for the trigger column. So it says the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. Okay, so here I need to enter the last final data column of my Google Sheet. So here you can see the last data is column J. So now let's move back to initial setup, and here for the trigger column, I'm going to enter the column as J, and then I'm going to click on the submit, and here you can see it says setup configured successfully. So now I'm going to click on the send test, and here you can see it says test data sent successfully. That means we have successfully connected our Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So now let's go and check the response. And here you can see we have received a successful response where we have received all the details of the Google Forms response. So with this, we have successfully set up our trigger over here. But now here, before moving forward with the connection, let me take you back to my Google Sheets. And here you have to follow another very important step to receive the further responses in Pabbly Connect very easily. So for that, you have to click on this extensions, and from here you have to click on this Pabbly Connect webhooks. Now here under Pabbly Connect webhooks, you have to turn on this send on event button. So by turning it on, whenever we are going to receive a new response on this Google Sheet, then automatically that response is going to be captured by Pabbly Connect as well. Okay, so we have successfully turned it on. So now let's go and check it. And here you can see we have received a tick in front of the send on event. That means we have successfully connected our Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect, or you can say we have successfully connected our Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now here after receiving a new feedback through Google Forms, then automatically using the feedback received, I want to generate a response for that feedback through OpenAI. So for that, I need to connect OpenAI with Pabbly Connect in this action step given over here. So I'm going to select my action application as OpenAI. So OpenAI is a company that develops advanced AI tools and models like ChatGPT. People use OpenAI to create content, write code, answer questions, and even generate creative ideas. So here in my OpenAI action step, I'm going to select my action event as ChatGPT, because using this particular AI model, I want to generate a response for the feedback I have received. Okay, so now here to connect my OpenAI with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your OpenAI account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, it is asking me to enter the token. So here, following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my OpenAI account, and from here you can see I've already accessed my API keys window from the left side bar over here. So now here under this API keys, you can see some existing API keys, and now here to generate the new API key, I'm going to click on this create new secret key from the top right corner, and then I'm going to give a name to my key, that is feedback response, and then I'm going to select my project as default project, and then I'm going to click on this create secret key. And you can see we have successfully generated the API key. So I'm going to copy it, moving back to Pabbly's workflow. And here I'm going to paste my API key. Now here after entering the API token, I'm going to click on the save given over here. And here you can see we are now successfully connected. So moving forward, and then here it is asking me to select the AI model. So by clicking on this drop down menu, you can see all the AI models available. So here I'm going to select a model which I want to use to generate the feedback response, that is GPT-4 over here. So I've selected this AI model, and then here is asking me to enter the prompt. So here in this prompt field, I need to enter the prompt that I want to give to the ChatGPT to generate a feedback response for my customer. So I'm going to enter some prompt. So here you can see the prompt that I've added with the details such as customer name, product rating out of 5, rating of experience out of 5, feedback details, and a structure for generating a feedback response for my customer. Okay, so here I've given all the instructions, and now here you can see I've used variable in front of these details because I'm going to replace these variables with their values. So now here, instead of entering these details manually, here I'm going to map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I'm going to map the data from the response that I've received in my previous step. That means in my trigger step. Mapping makes the text dynamic so that whenever we are going to receive new feedback through Google Forms, then automatically this previously existing detail will be updated with the new one. So for the customer name, I'm going to map the customer name that I've received through Google Forms. So this is the customer name. Here for the product rating, I'm going to map the product rating that I have received. Here I'm going to map the rating of experience. Here I'm going to map the feedback that I have received. So firstly, I'm going to map what did you like about the visit and what we can improve, that is product quantity. Okay, so here I've successfully mapped all the details, and now I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received a successful response where we have received a generated response for the customer feedback with the customer name, that is test user, and here you can see entire body of the mail response that it has generated. Okay, so with this we have successfully set up this action step as well. So once we have generated a response for the feedback received through our customer, I want to send this response to my customer on their mail account. So for that I'm going to add another action step over here, and here I'm going to connect my Gmail with Pabbly Connect in this action step. So in this action step I'm going to select my action application as Gmail. So Gmail is Google's email service that lets you send and receive emails online. So here in my Gmail action step, I'm going to select my action event as send email v2. So that after generating a feedback response through OpenAI, I want to share that response to my customer on their mail account. Okay, so now here to connect my Gmail with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Again, here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your Gmail account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, I'm going to click on this connect with Gmail. Here I'm going to select my desired account, and then I'm going to click on this allow and give access to Pabbly as your data is secured with Pabbly. Authorization successful. So here you can see we are now successfully connected. So moving forward, and then here it is asking me for the recipient email addresses. So here I need to enter the recipient email address to whom I want to send this mail. So again here I'm going to map the email address of my customer that I've received through Google Forms. So this is the customer's email address. So I've mapped it over here, and then here it is asking for CC and BCC. So here these fields are not required fields, so I'm going to leave them blank, but if you want to add the CC or BCC, then you can do it as per your need. And then here you can see it is asking for the sender email address. So it has automatically taken my email address because I'm going to send the email through my email address. And then here it is asking for the sender name. So I'm going to enter my company name over here, that is ABC company, and then here it is asking for the email subject. So here I'm going to enter the email subject as thank you for your valuable feedback. Okay, so this is the subject, and then here it is asking for the reply to field. So again it's not a required field, so here I'm going to leave it blank. Here for the email content type I'm going to select plain, and then here it is asking me to enter the email content. So here I need to enter the email content that I've generated using OpenAI. So I'm going to map the content over here. So this is the content, and now I'm going to scroll a little down, and then here it is asking for the file name and attachment. So again these fields are not a required field, and I don't want to send any file or attachment with the mail, so here I'm going to leave the fields blank. Okay, again here for the label IDs and the signature, it is not a required field, so here I'm going to leave all of them blank. And now here after entering all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received a successful response. That means we have successfully sent a mail to our customer on his or her mail account. Okay, so now let's go and check it. And here you can see the mail that our customer has received with the same email subject, sender name, and the body as dear test user. That means the mail has been personalized over here, and the same email body that OpenAI has generated for the feedback received through our Google Forms. Okay, so with this we have successfully set up our entire automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken our trigger as Google Forms and our action as OpenAI and Gmail. So that whenever we are going to receive new response through Google Forms, or you can say whenever we are going to receive new feedback through Google Forms, then automatically according to the feedback received, OpenAI is going to generate a response for that feedback, and after generating the response, automatically that response is going to be shared with our customer on his or her mail account. Okay, so these were the steps to how to auto reply to customer feedback using AI agents. I hope these steps were clear to you. Now if you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. So now if you have any doubt, then you can email us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any query, then you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, then you can simply visit our website, that is www.pabbly.com. So now if you liked our video, then please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.